So after the Bucks got Dame, I pretty much said to myself, they're definitely now my favorite to win the East, maybe even the whole thing. And then the Celtics went and got Drew, and I had to step back for a little bit, and I thought to myself, hang on, are they now the favorites? Let's see. So in today's video, I really don't think a rebuild is needed, but who knows, 2K sim can be weird. So I guess we're going to sim until they win a championship, if we think they're going to. This lineup, man, is absolutely filthy. You replace Marcus Smart with a guy like Drew Holiday, who the defense is right there and the offense is obviously better. Now, I did have his moments where he wasn't so good in the last couple of playoffs, but ultimately I still trust Drew more than I trust Marcus. Then they still got to keep Derek White, so that backcourt defensively, and even the forwards in Brown and Tatum, still very good defensively. And then Porzingis, when he's on his game, he had a good defensive season, and then you still get to keep Al Horford too. So outside of that, the bench is pretty weak, but I think they should be able to make it work. So we have everything set to order. We're just going to simulate and see how they go in this first season. So 2K does interestingly have the Bucks at #1 in the power rankings there. I guess it makes sense. And then the Celtics here at 4 is kind of surprising, below the Warriors and the Lakers, who still have their same teams that they do here in real life. So that is quite interesting. Let's see what happens here in game 1 against the Knicks. We actually lose to RJ Barrett. Tatum has 32 and 11. Game 2 against the Heat and Emo Jimmy, we do win. Okay. So that's fun. Hopefully, I mean, this team can win it all and we don't really have to get too involved. But let's just see how we start off the season. Let's go here to November 19. Win against the Pacers there, lose to the Nets, and then lose to the Timberwolves. We win those 2 games as well. And then in this week, we go 2-2. So we're only 8-5 here starting off the season. The Heat, of course, are 9-4. I guess 2K knows about Emo Jimmy, which, by the way, next season in 2K and in real life is going to be hilarious when they update his photo. You can see I have everything set to auto. So this is not my team. We're just here for the ride. So we're going to start moving and see how long this actually takes the Celtics to win a title with this team. That, or we will go until Drew is off the team, whether he retires or he gets traded, because I guess he's the title and thumbnail. So let's get it moving and see how we start. All right, and if you needed proof of how flawed 2K Sim is, look no further. We are 21-30 with this team. So you can see they have Jordan Walsh on the trading block. Just ignore Drew being on the target list. So 21-30 out of the playoff hunt right now. 1-1. So they have had some injuries. Drew was out for a little bit with an injured leg, and Kristaps Porzingis is currently out with a day-to-day injury, so that's fine. And I mean, yeah, this could happen. Those 2 guys just being on injury rotation all the time. Probably same with Al Horford as he's getting up there in age. We did have 2 All-Stars in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, however. So 22 from Brown, 29.5 from Tatum on great efficiency. So I mean, we hope they make it through. We have trades on auto. So if they don't make the playoffs this year, massive failure. But we'll see what AI 2K decides to do and what is needed to fix this team. So we are currently the 11th seed, just a couple of games outside of the play-in. We are currently not even a great defensive team, so we're allowing 116 points a game, and we're only scoring 111, which puts us right at the bottom in terms of offense, minus 4.6 differential, and we're 5-5 in our last 10, so not great. Let's just hope this team can turn it around. Let's have a look. All right, and the Celtics finish with a below 500 record. That 37 wins, man. And ironically, Drew Holiday is out for the next, I believe, 6 weeks to end the season, which is not a good omen for Celtics in real life. Jokic, Vic, Chris Paul, Giannis winning Depoy, Paul Reed, as always, winning MIP in this game. Nick Nurse Coach of the Year. They also win Executive of the Year. Do get Tatum on All-NBA 3rd team, which is a bit of a shock. I thought we'd have a little bit better than that. I mean, he averaged 28, 9, 4, 50, 40, 85 splits. That's kind of crazy. And he does not make an all-defensive team, which is interesting. And so, according to 2K's infinite wisdom and the sim, in the first season of having this team together, the Celtics will not even make the play-in tournament. So that was a bit of a waste of time that first year, but that's fine. Hopefully they decide to give them some benefit next season, because that is sort of what happened with the Bucks video. So yeah, we did finish as the 11th seed. Only a half game out of the play-in, dude. That stinks, because I think 2K would have let this team be a little bit better in the playoffs than it was in the regular season. You can see Drew is injured, but he did average about 15, 5, and 5 on 45, 33, 89 splits. So he was really good for us, man. Just sucks that he couldn't stay healthy for longer. Same with Porzingis, but he did average 20 as well. So new acquisitions doing their thing. Even Al was still good in his minutes. We saw Tatum, obviously. Brown, I need that 3-point percentage to be higher, my guy. 21 points, not the greatest thing in the world. Not the worst. We need a little bit more out of Jalen. Peyton Pritchard starting at the 2 because Drew's out. So it's probably the bench depth that killed this team, really. And that could be a problem in real life. About 9-3-3 for Derek White. But the thing is, 2K doesn't know how to value bench players properly. Like, for example, Delano Banton is a guy who would be a lot better in real life than he would be in 2K. Same with guys like Sam Hauser, even Lamar Stevens, Jordan Walsh, particularly as a rookie. So, I mean, anyway, let's see what happens in this playoffs. We don't have a stake in it, so we really don't care. Be interesting if the Bucks win it first, though. They are going to the finals to play the Lakers against LeBron, and the Lakers win in 5. LeBron is your finals MVP. Celtics fans, look away. And I've never seen this before. It's literally just advanced to next season. I don't know if I broke something or if it's lagging or what. Weird. Oh, right, because I had everything on automate. Okay, that makes sense. It looks like the AI did sign Hamidou Diallo. They drafted AJ Johnson, Peyton Pritchard. They picked up Marcus Morris. Jordan Walsh is still there. So, all right, man, that was a bit odd. I'm going to change that up so we can still see as it's going through things, because I believe you have 2 options, right? You have off-season auto, which is what I think caused that to happen. And then you also have team automation. So I believe you only want this one on, and then the rest you keep off so you can still see it in the off-season. That's my bad, but it's not the end of the world. LeBron, though, goes to Philly. I have seen that before. Teams up with Joel. Let's see how we start this season, hopefully with an extra season under our belts. We can put it together a little bit more. We'll simulate 2 weeks just before I leave you, and we'll see how good we are. So we win game 1, lose the next 3. Is this going to be a long video? Lose that one, and win that one. So we start off 2-5. Chemistry's not good. We're definitely going to need some of the guys to either step up, or we are going to need the AI to make some trades. And yeah, that is ridiculous. Drew's already injured. So he missed so many games already last year. He's on the last year of his deal. So this video might honestly end if they don't re-sign him. He's only day-to-day though, which is good. So you can see last season he only played in 61 games. And yeah, hopefully we can get him to stay healthy this season. But I will be back with you guys shortly. I might re-sign him for 1 more contract if they don't, just so we can get some value out of this video. But it might be that he's just too old and he regresses too much. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But I will be back with you guys shortly. All right, so at the deadline this season, they are better. They're 23-28. They were a couple games above 500 at one point. They fell back under. Now, I'm just realizing, I think the reason why they're so bad is if we go to my staff, you can see Joe Mazzulla has a half-star offense and defensive rating. I believe it's a D on both, which seems a little bit disrespectful. I don't know. I mean, I know he definitely wasn't as good as Ime, but like, I don't know if he's that terrible. But yeah, so he does not have good ratings. Now, he's on the last year of his deal. I was going to fire him and replace him, but I don't want to get involved. So we'll give him 1 more off-season. If they do decide to bring him back, I'll fire him and get them a better coach, because they have actually made some meaningful trades, right? So you've still got the same starting 5. They're all fine. They did get Kyle Anderson. They picked up Josh Okogie. Delano Banton's playing, and they got Cody Zeller. AJ Johnson's still on the bench. And that was actually with the Bucks, which is kind of funny. They did have Hamidou earlier, so I guess he was part of that trade. And I'm just realizing Al Horford is actually not there, so I just need to check. Did he sign with a different team? Did he get traded? Did he retire? I don't know what happened. And it looks like Al Horford did retire, which is fine. I mean, obviously it hurts this team. I probably would have overridden that. But again, we don't want to get too involved. So 23-28, see if they can pull it together the second half of the season. Otherwise, we might have to help them find a new head coach. Let's keep it going. All right, man, I guess 2K is just saying this Celtics team is going to suck, because I think if we got lucky, we made it as the 10 seed. If not, we're out again. So 2 years without making the playoffs. Luka, Ron Holland, Hardy as well, 6-man on the Mavs. Nice, that's good for them. Vic in his 2nd year winning Depoy, Kuminga. Tatum wins clutch player of the year. I don't know how we got that when we're so bad. We got Tatum on All-NBA 3rd team again, and we also got him on All-Defensive 2nd team, which is nice. That's all we had, unfortunately. So we did not make the play-in again, 2 years in a row. So 2K, I guess, just hates this team. Looking at the player stats again, we saw Tatum, Brown again with 23. I would like those numbers a little bit high, but at least he's hitting his threes again. Porzingis was good. Drew is already starting to regress. That's a little bit rough. And then Derek White. So, I mean, outside of those 3 guys, everyone else is kind of doo-doo, at least on offense. So we'll see what happens if they make any moves. Otherwise, regardless, I think we're going to have to move on from Joe Mazzulla, because That's not going to work, man. D ratings on everything? That's crazy. The Cavaliers win the NBA Finals in 5. Mobley is your Finals MVP. Cool. This time I can see it. Brook retires on the Bucks, which is good for us. They go a couple of 6s. Yeah, so somehow we're in the lottery. 11th odds. Let's see where that ends up. And it actually jumps up to 3. There's no freaking way. So, I mean, that's huge for us, obviously, as a Celtics fan watcher in this video, I guess. So they have one offer. I don't know who that is. So let's go ahead and see who they sign. They sign a new CFO, but we're interested in the head coach. So they have 2 offers in. They bring back Joe Mazzulla. I'm going to decline that because we do not want Joe Mazzulla to come back. That will probably be the extent of what I do for them. I'm going to go ahead and offer Jacob Underwood a big deal to be the new head coach, and we will decline Mazzulla again and pick up Underwood for them. Cool, so the Mazzulla problem is hopefully over. Now let's move on to the NBA draft. We won't make the pick for them, obviously. Now, unfortunately, it is going to be a auto-generated draft class as that was automated. And it looks like this guy is the #1 overall ranked player. He's a 7'4" center, so he's probably going to be generational. Well, let's just go ahead and see what the Celtics decide to do. So, of course, that guy goes first. The Bulls take Duane Ellis second. He's a 6'10" player there out of Missouri. And we take Dmitry Kloppenberg here at 3. He's from Russia. So he might be the next European sensation. Who knows? Let's go ahead and see. He's a 78 overall, but he's 22 years old. Yeah, that guy's an 84 at 19. That's crazy. So obviously they're going to sign him at least. He helps their depth. Tatum declines his player option. Hopefully they bring him back. They want to extend the QO to those guys, which is good. All right, man, I'm hoping, yeah, they're going to re-sign him. Cool. So they will do that. They want to renounce the rights on Derek White, which I will leave open, and on Drew for now. And actually, I didn't want to get too involved, but I think we have to do this. So we will go ahead and give Drew a 3-year deal, as well as Derek White a 3-year deal. We'll give all those guys a deal, and everyone else, they can decide whether or not they want to bring in. So we'll get back Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, White, Holiday. Let's see if they make any other signings. Delano Banton's there too. Let's just go ahead and sim to play progression and see what the AI decides. Tatum stays the same. Brown regresses 1, which is a little bit scary. Porzingis actually goes up. Derek White goes up. Drew goes down 3. AJ Johnson goes up 3. Kyle Anderson down 1. So outside of that, they didn't make too many acquisitions. I mean, Jordan Walsh gets better too. They did bring in Mirčić, which could be good. But let's sim it. I will import the 25 draft this time around, just because we got screwed over there a little bit. And you can't make this stuff up, man. The 2K sim is crazy. So Drew starting the season injured with food poisoning. That's insane. So it means this rookie is going to start at least a game or 2. But outside of that, man, we still look solid. We have a good starting 5. We've upped our depth, especially now that Drew's coming back. And we have a new head coach. So we will run a balanced system. That's at 4 stars. Now I'm just realizing, even though Horford retired, Kyle Anderson, very good pickup. Not an exact replacement, but he can do a lot of things for this Celtic team that they need. So let's see. First game with this new roster and with our new coach is still a loss to the freaking Raptors, man, against Jalen Brunson, Grady Dick, Pascal Siakam. Delano Banton back in Toronto, right? Yeah, after he was with us for a little bit. That's interesting. What about game 2 against the Hornets here? We win. Okay, we put up 155 on their heads. And Drew's back as well, which is nice. And then this second week against the Magic, we win by 5. We lose to the Cavs, so we're 2-2. And we lose to the Nets, so we're still bad. I mean, hopefully we can go ahead and get a positive record and actually make the playoffs for the first season. That's ridiculous. And just because Charles Lee also has terrible ratings, I'm going to also fire him. We can just say that Jacob Underwood wanted a new coaching staff. Not many good options here, so we will go ahead and sign Kamaria Mason, lady, very nice. All right, so hopefully that can improve us a little bit without needing to make any actual moves. We win that game against Philly, we win that game, and we lose that game. So we're 5-4, currently means we're in the playoff picture for the first time in this video, which is crazy. So I guess never let an AI do a man's job. But with that said, I'm going to start moving. If anything cool happens, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'll probably see you either at the deadline or hopefully in the playoffs. Fingers crossed. All right, man, we started off really strong. We've came back down to earth a little bit, but we're still 31-20, which is good for the 6th seed, but we are very close here in the East. So I guess the coaching made that big of a difference, or maybe 2K Sim is just that bad, because we did also manage to sign Devin Vassell, who was just sitting in free agency, which I know absolutely no sense. But I mean, he hasn't been anything crazy. 12 points on pretty good efficiency, but definitely a good pickup regardless, so I will take that. Drew was injured, go figure, but he's back and he's playing well. I mean, 11 points, but 45, 38, 81 splits and good defense, presumably. Our third overall pick is averaging 9 or 42% from the field, 2 and about 3. AJ Johnson's getting real minutes. He's been good, but he can't really hit a 3. Kyle Anderson, always someone I like having on my teams. They did also pick up Aaron Wiggins out of free agency, who's not playing. Jordan Walsh isn't playing. They traded for Chris Dunn. So, I mean, overall wise, we should be killing it. We're just not that great, even with the new coaching. So, I mean, I can't say that because we are, you know, substantially over 500, but I feel like we should be a lot better than that. So we're going to go past the trade deadline here. Hopefully they don't make anything crazy without me noticing. And we lose the first game in a blowout to Orlando because, of course, and I guess we just can't score because that is kind of insane. We lose to Lauri Markkanen, who is now on the Magic, and we also lose to the Hornets. So 31 and 22. Let's hope we at least make the play, man, because I believe if we can do that, we have a chance. I really hope we do. All right, we finally get a winning record, 47 wins, but I would describe this team as just totally inconsistent. They would win 3 in a row, they'd lose 3 in a row, win 4, lose 5, like just really frustrating. The Thunder have 2 awards in a row right there because they have that generational rookie, exactly. Bronny is in Miami. That's really cool, actually. Vic wins another depoy. Grady Dick, most improved. RJ Barrett. Mark Dagnall, they had 61 wins. Wow. Tatum on second team this time around, which is nice, but he's averaging less points, I guess maybe because we were better. LeBron's still in Philly. That's hilarious. Tatum also makes defensive second team again, and we do get Dimitri on all rookie second team. Sucks that wasn't a real draft because we could have added a real substantial player, but it is what it is. We are the 6th seed. There's Tatum leading us in scoring. Brown, 22, 7 and 3, 54. He hit 42 of his threes. I wish I didn't have to scroll on this chart here. Porzingis with about 18 and 9. He hit 35% of his threes. So did Vassell. So did Drew. So that's fun. Vassell with 12, Drew with 11. So they're a nice interchangeable shooting guard combo. We saw Dimitri. AJ was pretty good, 9 points. He didn't shoot particularly well from 3. That's okay. Derek White, 8 and 4 with about 4 rebounds, 46, 41 splits. So, I mean, we have everything we need to win a championship. I truly believe that. So, for the playoffs, they want to do 28, 26, 39, 42, 36, 26 to Vassell. Man, I wish Al was still here. I definitely would have overridden that retirement if I caught it. But that's all good. So, the first round here, we have the Knicks. They have RJ Barrett. I mean, we are objectively a much, much better team. But, of course, because the sim sucks in 2K, we're probably going to lose. RJ with 35, Brown with 31, game 2. We lose that one as well. RJ Barrett with 31. We win game 3 though, which is nice. Tatum with 47. The fact that it's that hard is pretty disappointing. 2-2 series, Porzingis 24. They have Shaedon Sharpe as well, I guess. I mean, he's probably coming off the bench. I have no idea what that trade looks like. We go down 3-2. 36 for Tatum, and I assume that's going to be it. And no, we do force a game 7. 33 for Tatum. All right, so simcasting this here, game 7. We are in New York. Back and forth here to start. For some reason, I feel like we're going to get blown out. And it looks like, I mean, it's still close here in the 4th, but they pull away with it. And that is exactly the case. So, 28 for RJ, 29 for Tatum. So, if this tells us anything, it's that 2K thinks the Celtics are about to be arse. And we all know how reliable 2K Sim is. Anthony Black is your Eastern MVP, which is crazy. The Thunder win in 6. Shea wins Finals MVP. Nice. Drew Holiday tries to retire. We'll tell him no. Then I assume he's going to do it for real next season. So I definitely don't think this should have to be a rebuild. Do you know what I mean? Like 2K, just the sim has been so odd this year. Really weird teams being good that shouldn't be, bad teams being good, and then good teams being bad. So, I mean, yeah, we definitely shouldn't be as bad as we are. And I mean, just to do what I can, we'll keep Jacob Underwood, but I will try to hire one of these real coaches here to be our assistant. Hopefully this doesn't come back to bite me. I think I'm most likely to get Chauncey, but I will offer all of these guys deals. Right, so we do actually get our pick here. So I might go ahead and pick up Quinn Snyder, who does have the best ratings to be our assistant coach. So hopefully that helps us a little bit. And yeah, we'll see what this team decides to do. So we do have an actual pick in this draft. So let's go ahead and see who the Celtics decide to take. And it looks like they take Mookie Cook. Apologies if that is a real player. I'm not familiar. So Dylan Harper, Cooper Flagg, Ace Bailey, They do sign Mookie, who's a 74 overall. They don't want to sign anybody else, though. I think I will make them sign this guy. He's 18 years old, and he's a 70 overall. They're going to pick up the options on those two, but not Aaron Wiggins. That makes sense. They're not going to extend the QO to either of these guys, which I guess is fair enough. And free agency, they have Porzingis, who I will re-sign as well. He's been very good for us, so we'll go ahead and give him that. Now, minimal intervention, right? I just didn't want to make any trades, I guess. So we'll go ahead and just do this for them. So that's, I guess, the perks of having the AI run it, is that you can sign guys like Devin Vassell out of free agency. Doesn't really work if you try to do it manually. So let's see what play progression looks like. Hopefully we can win it this season. This is ridiculous. So Derek White regresses another point. Dimitri goes up 3, AJ goes up 1, Drew goes down 3, so now he's definitely just a bench player, 76. They picked up TJ Warren 2, and no progression from either of those two guys. So this might be the final season, because I think if Drew retires, he's not going to come back this time. So let's just hope we are good. Everyone's upset, which I guess makes sense, because this team sucks. I'm not going to lie, they should be a lot better than they are. So from as far as I could tell looking at it, it seemed to be our offense that was bad. We just couldn't score. You can see we're 1 in the power rankings, but we probably won't perform like it. Yeah, it seems like we couldn't score, even though we have Tatum, we have Brown, who at one point Tatum was averaging near 30. Brown was averaging 22. Derek White about 10 on good efficiency. Porzingis was at about 18. Dimitri's probably going to be around 10. Drew was around 12. They had Devin Vassell last year, so I mean, I don't know, man. The 2K sim is always iffy, and we lose by 1 point in the opener there. So I really don't quite understand what the go is. Are we going to lose this one too? Probably. No, we win that one. So there's Tatum with 37, Brown with 28. I don't know, man. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to changing shot tendencies, but like 99, 95, 80, 85. Maybe we want to up Derek White to like a 70. Maybe that's going to fix things. 75. We can try something like that. I don't know if that's going to change anything. But in any case, hopefully the final season here, either we win it or we lose Drew. We will see. I'll be back with you guys when something exciting happens. Maybe they make a trade. Who knows? All right, man. At the deadline, 24 and 27. Still not good. And it looks like Porzingis is injured. He's day-to-day, though. So I was thinking about making a trade, but no, I said I'll stick to my guns. I just want to see what 2K thinks is going to happen with this team. We upgraded the coaching staff because I think they disrespected Missoula's ratings, but no real intervention, re-signed a couple of guys. So we will go to the off-season and hopefully we can make it. If not, I imagine Drew will retire. There's a couple wins, which is nice. We're still under 500. But yeah, I imagine Drew will retire, but if not, we'll do one more season, but I will let you know what happens regardless. So I'll be back with you shortly. My God, we won 44 games. Also, Luka is insane, and he's in San Antonio with Wemby. What? But we win 44 games. The last 2 were against the Heat. We beat them both times, and we had to because they were above us for the play-in standing. So we just made the play-in, which is ridiculous. Giannis Tatum again, clutch player of the year. That's hilarious. All NBA first team this time. So he stepped it up. There's 26. I mean, same as last year. 50, 45, 87 splits. I mean, that's very similar to last year. It's almost identical. All defensive second team as well there for Jason. And it looks like we made it as the 8 seed. So we did step it up there a little bit. Derek White again with about 11 points on decent shooting. Derek White with 11 points on about 40% from the field. So not the greatest. We did end up putting Drew back in the starting lineup. He's fallen off, man. Sad to see. 7 points. About 41% from the field. Jaylen Brown, 20. I kind of want to point some of the blame to him. He's been kind of lackluster. Porzingis is back 16 on decent efficiency. Dimitri was serviceable as a starter. AJ with about 12. Walsh is playing now, which is nice. About 5 points, 36 from the field is crazy. And then Mo Wagner is our 9-man. So let's see, who do the Nets have? They have dude who is probably going to be out of the league very shortly. Mikal Bridges, Claxton at the 4 and Mitch at the 5. In real life, that spacing, they're probably going to shoot themselves in the foot. But in 2K, 2 bigs is pretty cheese, so they might just destroy us here. Looks like it's a very close game here in the third. Good news is we do get one more opportunity if we blow it, and it's a tie game here and we lose. So much for the clutch player I accidentally just said sim the play and then we lose to Miami anyway. So cool, good to know. 2K thinks this Celtics team is a joke, which is fantastic. And let's go ahead and just sim through the finals. Amen Thompson versus Stephon Castle, and they win in 5. Cooper Flagg, finals MVP already. Wow. And then there goes Drew for real, man. So during his time in Boston, we did get a few seasons out of him, about 15 points. In the first year, he was decent. After that, fell to 12, fell to 11. The efficiency stayed around the same from the field. I mean, he had one good season from 3, really. The rest not great. From the line, he was fine. He only had a positive plus-minus 2 years, and it was about 1.8, 1.7 both years, so that is concerning. Played 61 games, 76, 80, 74, so he was actually relatively healthy for us, which is nice. Yeah, I guess 2K is just not a fan now. Obviously, this is totally unrealistic. In real life, we expect this team to go to the conference finals, probably even the finals. And I mean, yeah, maybe a little bit unfair to say that because sometimes it does go in the way you don't expect. I wish we could have kept Al and I'd seen that, overridden it. It is what it is. So just something a bit different, man. No rebuild this time around. I just wanted to see what 2K actually thought of this team. And not surprised that the sim engine is this bad because this team's definitely going to be better in real life. Regardless, I hope you guys did enjoy. Celtics fans honestly wouldn't worry about it. Just 2K's bad. So just take that with a grain of salt. Next video, I'm going back to the Earth 2 series. Haven't been on that in a while, so I'm pretty excited. I did actually just start a new save with my friend where we just did a 2010 draft and we're playing games and we drafted players, traded players just between us. So if you wanted to see a bit of coverage on that, let me know. Or regardless, I hope you guys did enjoy and I hope you have a good day. Until the next video, peace out.